Hey, hi, and hello! If you're new, welcome, and if you're a returning tadpole, welcome back to LilyPadZ. If you want to become a tadpole, make sure you gracefully smack that subscribe button. Now, recently on my Instagram, LilyPadZ_2, I asked y'all if you wanted me to redraw some of my old childhood OCs, or if you wanted to watch me struggle and attempt to study my character expressions. Lucky for me, y'all chose the redraw option. I'm actually not sure if that's better or worse at this point. I had to dig through my huge graveyard of sketchbooks and pull out some of the most ferocious drawings in order to choose 3 lucky candidates. Without further delay, let's get into the video. Our first character redraw doesn't exactly have a name, but we can call her Wonderland for now. So I made Wonderland when I was around 12 or 13. She was gonna be the MC in one of my barely thought out comics. It starts off with her falling into this magical pink world and waking up not knowing where she was at all. And that's about as far as I got with that. Like I said, it was really barely thought out. Anyways, as you saw before, her character design was kind of basic, and this was the case for most of my designs back then. I had a bunch of cool ideas, but no way to properly execute them like I wanted, which I'm sure was or is the case for most of us young artists out there. Given that she fell into a magical pink world, I figured that she shouldn't keep her basic Earth outfit anymore, and so in this made-up comic in my head, I think she should have this magical transformation as she's falling into the new world. Coming up with poses and ideas for this illustration wasn't really hard because I just thought about drawing scenes that I think would be in the comic anyways. So that's why you have a scene with her standing up and brushing off her dress, and what I'm drawing now, her falling into the said black hole into the magical pink Wonderland. Now, again, with coming up with her character design also wasn't really hard because when I was thinking about how I should make her look now, all I could really think of was magical pink world. Just make her don't make her look basic. That's all that was running through my head. And doing that was it worked because she definitely does not look basic. By the way, if you guys have any name suggestions that you think she should be called, because like I said, she doesn't really have a name. I never really named her. I'm calling her Wonderland for now, but if you have any suggestions, make sure you leave it down below in the comments, and while you're there, you might as well like this video, subscribe, and comment what you want me to do for another video. Now, to get back to the actual drawing part, I realize I've been yapping this whole time. I'm just finishing up the line art and I'm getting started on the colors. The colors were not hard for this character at all. Like I said before, many times, this is a pink Wonderland, so basically all I had to do was make things pink. Oh, and also before I forget, something that I really like doing now is making translucent sleeves. You know, the ones that are really flowy and kind of drape around your arms, and if you've ever actually worn one, they're extremely itchy. Yeah, I love making those. I've made them a couple times on I think an Easter drawing on my Instagram. The character there has the translucent sleeves, and I think I do it more than once in this video, but yeah, I love making those. So now, moving on to blush and shadows. For blush, I just use the redder version of the original skin tone because it makes sure I don't make the blush too red, and for shadows, I do the same as usual. Next up is hair. I made sure to make her hair look as super shiny as possible because I know that little me would love that. And I think I'm finally getting a better handle on rendering things, and by things I mean hair. If you ask me to do anything else, I'm sorry, but I'd have to decline. Also, for the part where she's falling into that magical pothole of doom, I made sure to try my hardest. I worked on lighting and the fall lines because, you know, I just had to capture the essence. Who wouldn't want to watch someone fall? And other than that, I'm pretty much done. Next up, we have Antia. Antia is a cyclops alien creature, and like the other characters, I never really made a complete story for her other than her being an alien on Earth. Like you saw when I showed the before drawing, I had already redrawn her, but that was about 2 years ago, so I thought I'd give her a proper redraw and somewhat of a story. Coming up with her design was a little bit harder than the first character because all I really had to go off of was that she was an alien, and I didn't know if I wanted to lean more into her alien side or more into her trying to fit into humanity side. Another part I struggled with was coming up with her poses, or I didn't struggle with coming up with them, I just struggled with choosing them because they all were kind of good and I had a lot of opportunities considering she is an alien and she has like powers and stuff, floating and all of that, so. But once I did come up with her design and pose, it was kind of a straight shot from there. I knew what I wanted to do and I was really quick at it. On the other hand, what was easy was her coloring. When I had made her the first time, I had already figured out her colors and stuff with my markers on the traditional drawing, so I pretty much just like dropped them in onto her character. Like her hair, I kept it red, except I did add these like green highlights to the bottom and the top. I just thought that would be a cool thing considering her secondary color, or actually her primary color was green, sort of, you know, but anyway. So I did that all around her hair, and then while I was coloring it, I kind of realized that that kind of made most of her hair green, but in the original image, most of her hair was red. But I'm completely fine with that because it looks good, and this is a complete and total redraw, so it's gonna look a little bit different. Oh, also, before I forget, let me introduce you guys to the new addition to our online platform, Keo. He's my kitten. He's adorable. I know. Thank you. Yeah, I just feel the need to tell everyone about him. I don't know. He's just really adorable and I can't stop talking about him. But back to the video. As you can see now, I'm just kind of adding details everywhere. Like I said before, I really liked how this character turned out, or did I say that before? I don't know, but I'm saying it now. I really love how this character came out and it's kind of one of my favorite characters. I'm also coloring the line art for this first image. I think it makes it look a little bit better as well. In the color scheme, I also really like, but other than that, pretty much done. Now, my last ferocious creation was the ice cream queen. I created the ice cream queen like when I was 7, I don't know, but I was really young. It was for this like little storybook that I made. I used to want to be an author. I don't anymore, but I used to want to be, and this is what I created. I actually think it was a really good story. For her character design, I pretty much took it literally, an ice cream queen. That's why her dress looks kind of like the scoops of ice cream, strawberry and vanilla. And then I have the crowns on her 2 ice cream scoop buns, and on the little translucent pendant I gave her, something like that. Yeah, I really think her design is really cute though. I pretty much immediately got it and just got to drawing it because I was really happy with it the first time. Oh, and I might as well tell like her little story since, like I said, it was a little storybook. So the thing with her is she has a very passionate love for ice cream, obviously. And in the story I made, she lost her ice cream and she had to go look everywhere for it. And it was so sad. And it was like kind of one of those funny little opposite stories where her maid had took a vacation beach trip to Antarctica. I did put that in there and it's kind of silly and everything, but eventually she does find her little ice cream and she celebrates by eating more ice cream. That's kind of the basis for her story. It was really simple and really goofy. I think maybe one day I'll just like completely redraw that comic in my style now and print it out and just keep it as like a keepsake or something. She was also one of the characters that I kind of completely redrew. Like Wonderland, the first character I did, I like completely scrapped her old design, kept the story, but like completely redid her. Yeah, that's kind of what I did for Ice Cream Queen too, because as you saw, like I said, I drew her when I was in 5th grade, so I was like 6 or 7. No, I actually can't remember. What age are 5th graders? What age are 5th graders? I don't know, it's been a while. But anyway, yeah, I drew her when I was like pretty young, so obviously she looked like every generic 5-year-old, 6-year-olds, whatever year olds drawing. So like scrap all of that and start anew, which was kind of good because now I get to actually put a lot of creativity into it and really bring out that ice cream queen aspect of the character. Also, like I said before, for her design, I took a lot of inspiration from actual ice cream, like her top and everything. So the top has sprinkles in it that I'm gonna add later, and then the bottom layer is supposed to be strawberry ice cream, but like I did this like I forgot what it's called, but this effect where it like fades into a darker color. And then her top buns are supposed to be kind of chocolate ice cream. They don't really look like chocolate, they kind of look like a coffee or toffee type ice cream, but either way, that's the like basis for her coloring as well. Now moving on to shading and stuff and blush. I already did blush, I think. So shading, I realized that when I do shading for YouTube and everything, I don't tend to think of a light source, and that's mostly because I'm focused on character design. But maybe one day for one of my videos, I'll like just dedicate it to drawing like a full illustration, or maybe I'll do it traditionally so that way I can like actually focus on lighting and rendering and all of that. That's probably why I can't get better at it, because I don't practice a lot. And then off of YouTube, I'm like doing other stuff, art related stuff usually. So oh my gosh, and for the last like finishing touch before I'm done with this illustration, I decided to practice a little surrealism and draw a little ice cream scoop right next to her, and it was so cute. But other than that, I'm pretty much done. Thank you all for watching this far. I really hope you enjoyed my redraw of all my old childhood OCs. If you really like this, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment what you want me to do next. Bye!